Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today what I want to go over is the fact that we need to be aware of subscription services. I've gone over this a few times, but here I want to break down what's all out there in regards to not only the gaming services for Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, all that stuff there, but also additional ones like Spotify, Netflix, and on and on. So let's break this down. Let's see if it makes sense. Let's see what's of value to everybody, and if everybody kind of subs to too much, and to maybe scale that back, or maybe make this more of an awareness video as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Right, so like I was saying, what I want to go over is in regards to subscription services, Game Pass, PlayStation Plus Extra, Netflix, Spotify, on and on. We'll name these all and kind of go over, and what brought this to my attention even more as of right now is the fact that it's inevitable. These subscription services, the prices, they go up and up. More point in case is Spotify and Game Pass in particular, but as well as everything else. So we'll kind of go over that here in just a moment and kind of break down what those prices are and what kind of makes sense, right? But more so, it's just kind of a shocker of what's going on. Does it make sense with what we're paying for monthly? Are we utilizing every service to its full extent monthly? Are we paying more than just outright owning something, such as a movie, such as a game, such as outright owning music and music tracks and so on and so forth? So, that's what I kind of want to shed some light on, because as of late, everything seems to be going up. So it just bears in mind, like, are we paying too much per month? Does it make sense that we're doing this? Are we unknowingly doing this as well? So, as we continue to go on here, let's break this down a little bit. So I'm just going to strictly go over these prices, the recent changes, and what to kind of expect and see what really makes sense. Let's start off with the big one, right? Aside from gaming, I know this is a gaming channel, but we also want to be aware this all ties into gaming, and we're still talking about gaming here. So Netflix, right? This started off at $8.99 a month. You could share this with whoever, whenever, with most of these plans. It started off at $8.99, jumps up to $9.99 for the basic plan. Then you got a mid plan, $13.99, jumps up to $15.49 a month. Then you have the top tier plan for Netflix, which includes, 4K and more, 8K, all this stuff, as well as other benefits and so on and so forth. $17.99 goes up to $19.99. Now, $1 or $2, whatever the case is, it's just a little bit more. But keep in mind, as you have more and more subscriptions, it's going to continually add up more monthly, which is absolutely crazy. Most of us live within our means, right? Let's continue on. Now we're talking about HBO Max recently, which is now rebranded as just Max, right? $14.99 up to $15.99. That's another $1. All right, Amazon Prime started off at $6.99 pretty recently as well. Goes up to $9.99. That's $3, $7.89. We're all talking about US currency. Of course, this will differ depending on your region and such, of course, but $3 there. Disney Plus going from $7.99 to $10.99, another $2 there. Spotify just recently from $9.99 to $10.99, that's another $1. Paramount Plus $9.99 to $11.99, that's $2 more. Hulu, their plans, the basic with the ads, $6.99 to $7.99, that's $1. Their upgraded path, $12.99 to $14.99, another $2. So if you have Netflix, Max, Prime, all this stuff, keep in mind what you're adding up here. As we continue to go on, we then have Peacock, which is essentially a pretty good price overall, $4.99, but it did go up to $5.99, another $1. YouTube Premium, $11.99 to $13.99, another $2. Keep in mind, they're going to implement the videos on YouTube are actually going to have the premium plan, the subscription for YouTube TV or whatever the case is, so you can get those 4K videos, if not higher. So you're going to be stuck at 1080p or whatever they deem worthy. The last I did check, so keep that in mind as well, but $2 more. Apple Music, $9.99 to $10.99 as well, following the suit of Spotify or vice versa. Apple TV, $4.99 to $6.99, so that's $2 more there a month. Xbox Game Pass, $9.99, now changing to Core, by the way, up to $10.99. So now Xbox Games with Gold or Xbox Gold, whatever, that is going away. Look into it, that'll be another video, but you do have that Core service. And then you of course have Ultimate, which is $14.99, going up $2 more to $16.99. Now at this time, PS Plus Extra, Premium, whatever the case is, it currently has not gone up in price, but that does not remove it from the fact that it probably will go up in price at some point. I think Sony is holding on strong to go ahead and keep that low, to go ahead and garner more attention to their services and make that an even better value. But again, it is a subscription service, so keep that in mind that it will eventually go up as well. Subscription services don't just go down, they only go up because we have the market continually goes up, the inflation goes up, that's why everything costs more and more as time goes on, and that's the way the economy is. So bringing those to light right there for you gives you an idea of $1 to $2, if not more, on certain subscription services and how that adds up. Now, if for some reason you have the ability to sub to all those, great, if that's what you choose to do, but that adds up pretty quickly. And again, like I mentioned previously, a lot of us live within our means, so adding all of that up really takes a toll. And if you weren't aware, and you just kind of pay your bills, or you're on auto pay, where it just naturally comes out, you do your finances, you wonder why you're a little bit shorter, yada yada. Then keep in mind, on top of that, you don't own these series, you don't own the movies, you don't own the music, you do not own the games. Keep that in mind. That is a big sticker shock right there alone. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind, ultimately, of what am I doing? Am I just kind of nonchalantly, does it make sense for you as an individual to subscribe to all of those subscriptions? Are you watching every series, every movie, or enough of it to justify the value? Are you doing the same thing with Game Pass? Are you utilizing 3+ games a month? And by utilizing, that's a little different than the music and the movies or TV series, because you don't always fulfill the game all the way from beginning to end. You have a very large catalog of games that maybe you're playing 1 to 3 games a month, if that. Does it make sense? Are you truly getting the value? Do you fully complete those games? Do you truly enjoy those games? Do you have any value to your account? So every account has value, right? Or is it just throwing money out into the air because you don't own anything? Is that another factor? A lot of people like to argue the fact in the gaming sphere, well, it gives me a discount as well after I played the game, or that I'm already subscribed to this service, but it's still an additional fee. You're still paying that monthly service. Some think it's a good value. It may not be a great or good value. So keep that in mind, that subscription services, in my opinion, are a good secondary option. It should always be owning better than renting any day. This is a day and age they try to realize that, let's go back to the days of old when we rented movies and games, right? No different from Blockbuster or Adventureland Video or Hollywood Video, whatever you had locally, whatever was a big chain, whatever was whatever. You had the ability to do that. It made sense as a value. Not everybody can afford to buy stuff, and it's good to check into that here and there, and that's fine and understandable, and that's not to dog anybody for their way of trying to do that. It's just here, I'm here, giving that information, trying to help you out, making you very aware if it makes sense for you. If you can afford to buy the game, if that's in there, maybe that's saving you money in the long run because you're continually playing that game. You know what I mean? Any sort of game, if you're putting the hours in, and we'll take Starfield for example, this game is going to be very big coming out. It's a very big game, a lot of hype behind it, there's a lot of hours into it. Does it really make sense to continually sub to this game? Because you're going to put a ton of hours in, or does it make sense to just go out and buy the game? That's what's going to take you away. Everybody has a limited amount of time and money in their lifetime and in their lives and on the weeks, and you have family, you have friends, you have partners, spouses, whatever, kids. You have time to allocate towards this hobby of yours, and to me, this is a main hobby for me for gaming. It makes sense to allocate that time appropriately. So just keep that in mind. All those fees and everything and the increases, it all adds up. So just make sure it makes sense for you. Want to make you aware and kind of put that out there, because a lot of us may not understand or just pay attention. So I just want to bring that to light. So thank you again. If you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. Hopefully you found this very informative and just kind of maybe something you weren't thinking of, and it put something out there where you're like, hey, wait a minute, maybe I should reevaluate what I'm subscribing to with all of my plans and all of these sorts of services that you do possibly have. Maybe you can trim that up a little bit, whatever the case is. So hopefully that helped. I appreciate it. Of course, at this time of recording, we are at 628 subscribers out of my 1,000 goal. I know we're getting so close. I can see the goal. We're getting there. So thank you so much for all your support and help, everybody. If you haven't already, definitely leave a like, comment down below if you'd be so kind. I would love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and helping out a small content creator like myself. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and we will see you next time on the next Xvault Gaming video. And until then, take care.